morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, my camera seems a little high. Let me see if I can adjust it. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm just giving the iPad a second to catch up so we can get started here. Oh my goodness, we have a watcher from Scotland. Welcome, Karen. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, so many watchers. Good morning, Jewel. Hi, Yvonne. Hello, Mary Ellen. Hello, Elaine. I know Elaine was excited about this card. Good morning, Philomena. Nice to have you here. Hi, Linda. Hello, Lynn. Oh, she's gonna have to catch the replay. She's at the grocery store. Wow, you must get notified. That's great. Good morning. Hello, Beth. Oh, nice to see you. Hi, Julie. Good morning. All right. Well, I am so excited to share with you so many things. Yeah, we're not going to start this card for a little bit, so if you're not into looking at things in my mailbox or things that I do with my downline members, come back in 10 minutes. Well, maybe not that long, but we have a lot to share. So I'm going to start with a card from my downline member. This pretty thing is from my downline member, Sharon Merritt. She lives pretty local to me, and she sent me a Thanksgiving card, so I just want to share it with you. It's very pretty, isn't it? I know. I love mint macaron, and this card has mint macaron and early espresso, and I think that's such a beautiful color combination. Really fun. So I will just leave this here for a second for you guys to get ideas. It is so pretty. I love the simple, elegant design. So thank you so much, Sharon. You're a true treasure. I really adore having you in my downline group. And just as a little FYI, congratulations, because Sharon recently celebrated her 10-year anniversary with Stampin' Up! I can clearly remember the day she signed up. It was just such a fun day. All right, the next card I got in the mail was from another downline member. This one is from South Dakota, so this card is a sweet one from Joyce Paulson, so I'm going to share it with you. Beautiful Thanksgiving card, all the way from South Dakota. So pretty. So she used the gold, look at that gold foil. It's like a laser cut foil that you can find in our annual catalog. Very pretty. So you put that on the front of a card, you add a little strip of Coordinating Designer Series paper. This is actually the Halloween paper that has a reverse side to it that can be used year-round. And then add a punch out and maybe a little bit of ribbon, and you have a beautiful, quick card. Really fun to make quick cards. So I appreciate this idea. Thank you so much, Joyce. I have another downline card. This one is from Shelly Lamel. She lives here somewhat locally, but she will send me a card every once in a while, and she had posted this in our group page. We have a downline group page, and oh my goodness, I was kind of raving about it, so I hope she didn't feel like I pressured her into sending it to me, but isn't it pretty? Oh, she does just the best backgrounds with sponging and I don't know, could be a brayer. She is so good at backgrounds, and then she puts little sprinkles of, I don't know, like a mist on it to make it look so pretty. And it's so pretty. So this is also something you can find in our annual catalog. I don't have this, so you're going to have to flip through to find it because I don't even know the name of it, but I love this. So incredible. So thank you so much, Shelly. It's a treasure. Then, let's see who this one is from again. Oh, this is from another downline member. So this downline member also celebrated her 10-year anniversary with me. Her name is Kathy Trussell, and oh, it's so pretty. So it's a fun fold. So here it is, and it's the Celebrate Sunflower set. I'll open it up for you so you can see the fun fold. I have to take out her little post-it note because she wanted me to be able to use this. So this may end up in a customer's, as a customer thank you. But how pretty is this? So this is how it opens up. Isn't that really, really nice? I love little fun folds like that. It just makes opening up your cards so much more interesting. So thank you so much, Kathy. I love it. Really beautiful coloring too. So I want to share with you how she did this, because what she did is she stamped. So almost all the coloring is done immediately, because what she did is she stamped the sunflower on Daffodil Delight, and then she went in with either a blend or a marker. I'm not really sure what it is, but she just went in and added accents where the lines are on the flower. Isn't that a super idea? Get your coloring done right away. Just don't stamp it on white cardstock. Stamp it on a colored cardstock and you're halfway there. More than halfway there for as big as that sunflower is. Great idea. Yeah, so you guys are loving it too. All right, then I'm going to share all the make and takes we shared at our last demonstrator meeting, which was, of course, held online. And so be ready to be wowed, because these are fabulous. They're all fun folds. It's the same fun fold, but it's fun. What else can I say? So here is the first one. A beautiful Poinsettia Petals card. Of course, it sits like this when it's standing up on your counter. So the Poinsettia Petals, as you know, is one of my favorite sets. Here's another one. This one is just taking the designer series paper and fussy cutting it. There's also a die, but there's a lot of flowers that don't fit that die, so you just fussy cut it out, add some gems, some ribbon. It's really quite beautiful. Here is another one. This one is with the red velvet paper. Oh, do I love the red velvet paper. And you don't even have to stamp it. You just add that, the little veins when you run it through your die cutting machine, and it puts the veins right into the red velvet paper, which makes this so elegant. So pretty. And then one more. Such stellar cards. So there's another one. So these were the 4 cards I shared with my downline at our most recent downline meeting, and I'm pretty sure they all loved them, as you seem to be too, so thank you for all the hearts. All right, now we are using a bundle called Dove of Hope, and I'm going to show you the most incredible card I've ever seen. Well, it may be the most incredible card I've ever seen, ever. And it was created by my downline member, Diana Wilson. And please don't ask me how to do it. This is not a card I would ever make, but I do love displaying it for people who are very artsy and really good with math and rulers. So I knew something pretty special was coming when I got a handmade envelope, and it was huge. Like, right? Yeah, pretty big envelope. So then I may even have to stand up to show you this card. So again, this is from my downline member, Diana Wilson, and it does use the Dove of Hope bundle, which we're using today, but my card is far less complicated. However, I am going to show you this, and so I'm going to stand up to show you. All right, so this is the card that Diana created. Of course, it's a big card. Look at how many layers. It's got a belly band to keep it all together. And so I'm going to take the belly band off. I'll show you up close that the bird does have Winka Stella on, so it's really quite gorgeous when it moves around. Then, when you open it up, give it a little time here. This is what you get. So I'm going to try and hold this back so you can see this. But it's a beautiful nativity scene with a lot of different pop-outs. It's really quite amazing. And again, you will never in your lifetime see me make something that's complicated, but I do have extremely talented downline members who do take the time to do this. I mean, this is like, for me, I'd have to take a week doing this, just because it would take that long for me to get everything cut out. And then then to color it all, oh my gosh. I know it's hard for me to get this in the camera because it is such a large card, but I'm doing my best here. So, thank you so much, Diana. This is a keeper card, one that'll probably go like in a hope chest or something like that. I'll probably just display it on my fireplace for years to come because it's just one of those cards that can actually be used as home decor. It's like decoration. So thank you so much for such a beauty. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get started making my very simple card. I just sort of feel like, oh, after showing you that card, maybe we should just turn the video off. All right, so anyway, we will persevere and move on, but I want to share with you the giveaway today, which is more Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. So when you share this video, let me know that you've shared, or when you comment on this video, letting me know you've commented. Of course, I see that. I will do a drawing on Tuesday, and the winners will get a half pack of Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. So that's been a really popular giveaway. I've done it a couple of times. I actually accidentally ordered 3 extra packs because I had forgot. So I needed some. I ordered some, but I accidentally ordered too many. So that's why I've been giving it away, because I don't need quite that much. Let me see here. So I think I'm just going to flip the camera down and we're going to get started. But let me get another sip of coffee. And then I'll get started here. Yes, you are seeing this correctly. There is a little 3D item sitting over here, which I am not making. However, I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to give you the measurements of the outer panel here so that you can recreate this. Also, when I put this on my blog, which is www.stampingtoshare.com, I'll have a free PDF that shows you the measurements for both projects and the step-by-step instructions. So you can not only make the card, but you can make the coordinating cookie holder as well. So let me get these out of the way for just a second, and I'm going to show you the supplies we're going to need. So we are using Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, and these are all the different colors. We've got such beautiful patterns in here, and you may be thinking, wow, that's not much Designer Series paper on your card, and you're right, it's not. It's just a little 1/4-inch strip up here, and then on the inside there's just a little bit right here that coordinates. That's one thing we're using. We're also using the Dove of Hope bundle, so you can purchase it just as the stamp set and hand cut everything. Or if you really love the Dove of Hope, I would suggest getting the bundle, and then you have all of these different pieces. You can make some beautiful dove ornaments. I'm going to hold this up close to the camera so you can see how pretty this is. Those would be beautiful just hanging from a string and hanging off your tree. So that is the coordinating set of dies. Then you might have noticed that I've got some twine on here, and that is from our Playful Pets Trim combo pack, which comes with some real red stitched, and then it also comes with this black and white twine. So I'll be using the black and white twine today. And I think that's it. So let's talk about this cookie holder first. So it's just a simple little cookie holder, and you can tell that I used the layering circles here. The base of the cookie holder is thick Whisper White cardstock. There is an acrylic, well, it's a window sheet behind the cutouts from the layering circles. And then the bird itself is cut out with shimmery white paper. So it has a nice shimmer that totally does not show up in a video, but trust me, it's there and it's beautiful. So I'm going to give you the measurements for the cookie holder, and the rest is kind of simple to figure out, but it is right here. So again, it is a cookie holder, and these are the measurements. So it's 4¼ by 11 inches, and then you score it at 4½, 5½, and 10 inches. And then you would just get a little, you could make homemade cookies and put them in here with a little bag, but it just folds together like this, and you can just glue dot the back. Your cookie would be on the inside, and then this is the front part. That would be where you would do your circle cutouts and put your dove. Again, it's a very simple project, so I'm not even going to show it, but I will have instructions for it next week on my blog. All right, so now let's move on to this, which is what we're going to create today. It is a gift card holder. So let's go ahead and get started right now. So the first thing that we're going to do is all of our stamping. So I have a scrap, and everything is done with thick Whisper White. So we are using thick Whisper White today. So this is a scrap of thick Whisper White, and we are going to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm just going to take the ornament, and we're going to stamp it here, and then you're going to die cut this. So I'm going to move this out of the way for the moment. And I have those little pieces die cut right here, magically. I did it before I got together with you. Then I want to share with you the markers we're going to use to color with these. Now, you could use blends. The only problem is that if you do choose to use blends, be aware that when you're coloring the bird up here, the blends will bleed through the paper a little bit. Even the thick Whisper White, sometimes it does bleed through the paper, so you will get a little marker bleed through on the back, and I wanted to avoid that, so I just am going ahead and I'm using markers. So the way I'm going to color this is I'm going to take the Pear Pizzazz marker, and I am just going to go in and color this little section here. It doesn't take very long. You don't have to do a super good job because you want it to be a little bit whimsical, loose, and flowing. So there's the first part of it colored. Then I'm going to take a real red marker, and we're just going to finish this out here. So just add your real red color at the top of the ornament and at the bottom. And then, I don't know about you, but I used to put these kind of ornaments on the Christmas tree when I was a little girl. And this little section, do you guys remember this? This little section here was always white and frosted, sort of like it had snow on it or something. So I can remember that so clearly. I can almost feel what all those little bumps like felt on my fingers when I was hanging up the ornaments for my mom. And I actually I still have some of those ornaments. Now, we haven't put our tree up yet, but I'm excited to compare it to these little ornaments because they look so similar. All right, let me grab the green again, the Pear Pizzazz here, and I'm just going to add just the tiniest little bit up there. All right, so it is done. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp Peace on Earth. So I've got two little squares here, and I think I'm going to bring in a mat so I can see better what I'm doing. This is just a silicone mat from Stampin' Up. And we're going to stamp Peace on Earth. So I have my Peace on Earth. I'm going to ink it up again in Tuxedo Memento Black. We're just going to stamp this right here. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. I did re-ink. so we have some really beautiful color. Again, this is thick Whisper White. So you will want your ink pad. See, like that one didn't really turn out the greatest, so I'm going to flip it over because I was a little impatient. I lifted it up too quickly. But when you're working with Whisper White, it's the thick Whisper White, it's more like regular cardstock, so you want to be patient and not lift it up too quickly. Perfect. All right, so I always have to be like, I have to relearn that every once in a while. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. Then we have the inside panel. So I don't even think I showed you this, but when you open up the card, there's an inside panel. So here is where a gift card can go, and then there's also an insert. because you want to be able to write a little message with your gift card. Or this also gives you the option of not even enclosing a gift card if you just want to have a little insert like this. So this is what we're going to be stamping now, is the insert that goes right there. So let me go ahead and grab that for you. And those are measured 3.5 by 4 3/4. So once again, we have our Tuxedo black Memento ink. And just stamp that more towards the top because you don't want it, you want it to poke out over the top of what we're doing. So there's one. And then we'll do the other one right now. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You're loving both of these projects. Well, good, good. And I do provide free PDFs of all of the projects that I do on my Facebook Lives, with the exception of when I'm introducing a kit, because then people who purchase the kit get the PDF as part of their kit. All right. Otherwise, all of these regular Facebook Lives, you will find the PDF on my blog. Okay, so that is done. Now we want to, now this is tricky because we need to get our bird stamped in such a way that it's in the exact right position so that we can put our sentiment on so that it appears the dove is just coming down to land. So that can be tricky, so I will show you what I did for that. But meanwhile, we need our base card, which again is thick Whisper White. It's 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And to our rescue, the Stamparatus. So I have this already set up because this happened to be the card that I made for my downline swap this past month. And so they received this. So this is all, they all have this card in their hands, those that swapped with me, but I was waiting until they got it before I shared it with you. So this is the front of the card. I'm just going to open it up and I'm setting it, I have a 6 by 6 inch piece of paper here that I use as my guide because I'm constantly not putting it in the right place if I don't have this paper to guide me. So I put it right here so that it is guiding me. And then I'm going to take my stamp set and set it over here so we have a nice level platform for inking the bird. And now I'm just going to ink this up. And then we bring it over and it stamps it right where I want it. And that way you can make many multiples of this card if you need, say, 7 or 8 of these gift card holders for Christmas. It makes it just super easy to do that. So let me make sure this is the front, yes. And again, just set it in so it lines up with that 6 by 6 panel, or however you've lined up your Stamparatus. There's multiple ways of doing it. And we'll shut this cover up, give it a little press, open it up, and it's perfect. Okay, so let me get this out of the way and then we'll move on to the next bit of business, which is coloring. So once again, I have my markers and we are going to take the markers and we are coloring. There's just a little tiny berry. So take the fine end of the marker and color that small berry. There's a bit of beak to color. So again, the fine end of the marker, we're using Daffodil Delight. Just color in the beak. It makes a difference. You wouldn't believe the difference. I think it just makes a difference. Then go ahead and take your Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to use the brush end. And we're just going to, oh, maybe I shouldn't. I'm a little shaky. This is my 3rd cup of coffee today, so I better take the fine end and do a good job here since these are my giveaway cards. We don't want them messed up. There we go. So there's one done. So now I'm going to do the other one real quickly. This is the quickest coloring on a card I think I've ever done. So now we're just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. So take your Pear Pizzazz, color in those leaves, and then the red berry, and the beak. And it's done. Now it's just a matter of assembling our cards. So let me get the other pieces out that we need because we've got everything stamped and it's time to assemble. Okie doke, hold on here. Just grabbing all those pieces. There's still a lot of little pieces left, so let's go ahead and make our inside panel because we want to get this ready and then get some pieces out of the way here. So you know what I have to do? I have to run across the room and grab a gift card because I forgot to put it over here by my station. You want to actually use a real sized gift card, and I will show why in just a second. So we're going to put, let's just get this all set up first. So we're going to be putting this panel at the bottom as a place for our gift card, but if we adhere it too tightly, it's really hard to get the gift card in plus the insert that we're trying to get in. So you need to have some space in there so that all this fits together really nicely. So our panel of the Heartwarming Hugs paper that we're using is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. And what we want to do is let me grab my, you know what I need? I need this here to show you guys what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the multi-purpose liquid glue and I am going to do just the finest line. Hold on. That glue wasn't working, so I'm going to hold this here because I want to go up about so far. We want to do the finest line. And then I bring this one over here because this way I know how far to go up. There we go. And then along the bottom. And the reason I'm not doing it on this paper is because it has to be so close to the edge that I'm just afraid I'd get my fingers on it. So I am just putting it in now like this. But before it is completely dried in place, I'm taking the gift card, I'm inserting it, and then with that in there, then I go ahead and I burnish these edges, burnish the bottom, and burnish the side. And because the gift card is inside, it gives it a little bit of space so that in the future I can reinsert it and it will all be fine. Otherwise it's too tight and then it wants to break away from your card base. So there's one. Now I can take it out. I'm going to do the exact same thing with this one. So I'm just going to glue a very fine line all the way around once more. Put this on. Add my gift card. I should have had that there to begin with. There we go. And then burnish it down once you have your gift card in place. And that will give that air space that you need to insert that in the future. All right. So you can see when I hold it open that there is that little bit of opening there. Otherwise it's too tight. Just trust me on this because I did it both ways and it works way better if you glue this down with the gift card on the inside already. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to take a very skinny little strip of basic black. So this is a 1/4 inch strip. And I'm going to take the glue and we're just going to put the skinniest line here right along the top. And then we'll put this down right over the top of it because we want a nice defined border between where the gift card is and where our insert and our, where everything is. And that really sets it off. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Take your glue and do the skinniest little line. Glue is really good to work with on a project like this because you can get such a fine thin line because we're working with such skinny little pieces. All right, then Once you have that in place, you can flip it over and just trim it even with the edge. And then you can take your little insert, and that goes right here, and you can get those out of the way. Just like so. Now we're going to work on the outside. And so we have our piece on earth. And again, this is thick Whisper White, so we're able to put glue on it and no glue lines will come through. So we're going to back that with a layer of basic black. So that is 2 1/8 by 2 5/8. So that means it's a 1/8 inch margin all the way around. So it's pretty skinny. So again, I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue, do a little rectangle all the way around, set this right over the top and just wiggle it into place so that we have a nice even border all the way around. It's so nice, isn't it? Look at how good this is turning out, which is a blessing since this is going to one of you. There we go. Okay, so we have our piece on earth. Then what we're going to do is set this onto the front of our card, but we need another border here. So let me get that out. And what we're going to do is we've got some real red cardstock. This is cut at 2 by 4 1/4. And that is going to go right onto the bottom of the front of our card. So that goes like this. We'll do the same thing over here. Isn't it beautiful? Just wait until we add that little strip of Heartwarming Hugs paper. So I have another little tiny strip of paper. This is a 1/4 inch by 4 1/4. And we're going to do a little skinny glue line again right across the top. And set that in. And there it is. Sorry, I'm working to get it just perfect. It was just, there we go. All right, and then the next one. And again, it's just a 1/4 inch piece of designer series paper, but it just looks so fine once it's put up against this real red. And now we have the front of our card almost done. So let me grab all the last things here we need to complete this. So I have my piece on earth. We're going to flip it over and we're going to add dimensionals. So we're going to put on 5 dimensionals, keep it nice and sturdy. And then we're just going to set this right on the front of our card. And we're going to make sure that the dove is landing on it. So just like this. So it looks like he's just settling in. And that is done. Then you're going to take this little ornament and you're going to slip it up right there. Now if it's bumping into a dimensional, no biggie, just trim it off a little bit, but then just add a little glue to the back. Whoops. And you're going to set it in just like this. So it's just kind of hanging here a little bit to the left of where your sentiment is. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. Put on your piece on earth, just bring it right up to where the dove is. Let's check our ornament. Yep, I need to trim just a teeny bit off the top. Add a little glue to the base and slip that under. So it's right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the finishing touch. So I have to find the Playful Pets twine, which I have right here. This twine is really nice. It doesn't really unravel, so it stays really nice. I'm not big onto twine that unravels a lot. So you're going to make a very tiny little bow. Trim that off, and I'm going to make 2 of them real quick here. And then we'll just add that with a glue dot. Oh, this looks so good. So I want to thank you so much already for sharing this video. I really appreciate it. You guys are so good to me. And then later this afternoon, I'll do the drawing for the video that we did on Tuesday. And then the drawing for this card will be next week on Tuesday. All right, so now we are going to take, what did I do with them? I am missing my glue dots. They might be across, oh, here they are. I was panicking. I thought I was gonna have to get up again, but I found them. All right, so we're just gonna set these on here. And then you just put this right above the ornament, just on the very edge of the sentiment panel. And it looks like the ornament is attached with a little bow onto the sentiment. Do this right here. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? I love it. There it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this too. It was really fun for me. Thank you so much for being a part of my Stamping to Share community. You guys are great. And I will talk to you next week on Tuesday. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.